Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, here for another round of the Stock Car Championship Series. Brought to you by Dizzy V Designs here at Iowa Speedway. Round 13 of 36 here. About to take place. The oval stretch continues after Kyle Larson getting his third win on the season last week at Gateway. Here at Iowa, and next week Kansas, and followed by Bristol. Check in with quickest at the moment. That's Matt Kenseth, who actually just gets better by Dale Earnhardt. Jeff Gordon to the top of the charts, just behind Kenseth. Gonna see much of the faster cars here towards the front all day and all night. This track does not produce many cautions or incidents, and traffic is, does exist, but they're able to manage it very easily. Cale Yarborough just goes P2. Gordon's still quickest overall with a 23.444. Looking a bit here on Kenseth to the outside as he makes the move there on the 17. 5 minutes into our practice session. Just a warm-up here before we get into 4 laps of qualifying. And we'll be all set for 250 miles at Iowa. Approximately 250. We're going to go 300 laps. We're looking very comfortable here in warm-up, though. Not seeing the car move around much at all. Let's check in with our current points leader and three-time winner now on the season. That's Kyle Larson. It's currently 6th in practice, 23.59. A bit of traffic as well, but just trying to feel out his car, make sure he can get it in at least that he likes, or he can maybe pass these slower cars. Looks like might be coming down to pit lane though. Letting her around the hot side. Darting down. There's Richard Petty, who's 4th quickest. Petty looking for his first win yet on the season. He's currently the highest running driver in points without a win. He's currently 8th in points. And right behind him is Matt Kenseth, who also looking for his first win. Rounding out the top 10 in points would be Denny Hamlin. Hamlin does have a win. He's able to get that. Oh, look at that. As we talk about it, he gets put up in the wall. Hard there. You got a win at VIR, but it just got sent, I think, by his teammate. Gets a little help from Earnhardt, and they go up the hill. Honestly, not something very used to here at Iowa, seeing an incident. Gordon's still quickest overall. We'll stick with him for just a moment. try a different camera setting here. See if that doesn't help with some of these shots. And we're kind of limited here with what they give us. There we go. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It's more like a broadcast camera here. Gordon still on his original set of tires here. He's on lap 15 as we speak. I know we go 65 laps on a tank. Let's see if that holds up here for the race. Just under 6 minutes left now in this warm-up session. We'll find some cars on track here running together. You see Tony Stewart making a move on Gordon. Stewart now on fresher tires. See how much of a difference that makes. So what kind of call are they going to go for late in the race? Should there be any cautions or just a potential late race pit stop where you can take 2 tires? I don't think no tires is going to be the call, because you see how much of a difference it makes. And there's Larson now over on the outside of Gordon. Larson now 7th quick, so 3 wide ahead. Gonna be great racing here all night. It'll be about 6 p.m. start time in Iowa. Cover coming in. Let's go on board with Larson, looking pretty quick out there as he makes some moves through the field. Ball should get real loose. Under 5 minutes now, coming up on 4 even to go here in this warm-up session. Chance to take a look at the weather do that right along here for a few laps with Larson. It's very close racing. Hamlin, who was putting the wall just a bit earlier here in the session, getting past now. Held up as well by Kenny Schrader. You just gotta make sure you find the right line at the right time. Jimmie Johnson and Brian Keselowski now. Next up ahead for Larson, goes up to the high side and easy. Not even the question. You see the speed difference. It's massive. Hamlin's sticking right there with Larson though. That's pretty good. Check back with Jeff Gordon here, winding down. 3 minutes to go in practice. And a chance to take a look. Our point standings are as follows. Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Jimmie Johnson, Tony Stewart, and Cale Yarborough separated by all of 39 points headed into today's race. Great shot of the track here in Iowa. The field gets really spread out, but you get racing everywhere you look. looking at the weather we mentioned a moment ago, let's see, we're currently at 76 degrees. Not too bad out there. Track temp is a bit high though, 104 degrees. It's slick, especially during this practice session. Winds just a little breeze at 6 miles an hour. Humidity 56%. See if that changes as we roll into the evening here, hour by hour. This next session will be at 5 p.m. for qualifying, and again the race starting at 6 p.m. Yeah, Cale Yarborough, just how much speed he has here. Those new tires, just an incredible difference. If he had clear track, I think it's probably about a 3 or 4 second difference a lap. I'm not exaggerating. So when they pit, they're all going to want to pit almost at the exact same time. Look at this battle though here. A lot of cars stacked up as we got Gordon on very old tires now on lap 28 of his set. You know, Michael Waltrip, going pretty slow. He's also on a long run. But got about 30 laps in this practice session, half a fuel run. We'll see how it adds up in the race. Stick with Jeff Gordon here for the beginning of qualifying, as he is quickest in warm-up, and if anybody goes quicker, we will jump to their lap, respectively. One incident though with Denny Hamlin, very interesting. Earnhardt pushing up into Kyle Busch, two very aggressive drivers, and Hamlin just kind of a victim of circumstance there. Nothing he could have done. And here comes Jeff Gordon. Got 2 wins here on the year. One just a couple weeks ago at Mid-Ohio, and the other occurring at iRacing Super Speedway. So got a good range. I think he's very determined here at the Oval of Iowa to put together a short track win. First lap will be decent, but I think we'll see the most speed on the 3rd lap. 4th lap could have some surprises. Trying to get it up to speed, not wait until the 3rd lap. Get that baby wound up. First lap in the books. Joey Logano is going to go to the top of the charts for lap 1. Comes to turn 2, the 22. Bit of a lift there off of 2, so it's going to hurt his lap. I don't even know if it's going to be quicker than the first. It's coming off of 4. Down this front straightaway arcing. Goes a little quicker, but you can tell he hurt himself with that lift. Kyle Larson, points leader, and last week's winner to the top. Dale Sr. second, Richard Petty third, Tony Stewart fourth. See what happens here on lap 3. Got to beat a 23.197. I think they'll do it. Coming by. They do not go quicker. 23.22 for Larson, and no one changes in the top 4. Weather, we're looking at 76 degrees. The track temp has come down 20 degrees since we were out in warm-up. Coming across the line, who's it going to be? Kyle Larson, he's going to hold on. Pole sitter here at Iowa, your points leader, and again, last week's winner. The number 5, Hendrick Motorsports Valvoline machine. Nicely done. Let's take a look at the results just here on a sheet of paper, but then we will go ahead and drive through the field with our drone cam, and you can see where all your favorite drivers are starting. Jimmie Johnson there in 6th, a bit further back than he would hope, as well as Kyle Busch in 8th. They'll have to make their way up through the field to catch our points leader. Currently 2nd and 3rd in points. Tony Stewart, he's up ahead. But Earnhardt Sr. and Richard Petty really jamming up the front of this points battle. We go a little further back. Darrell Waltrip, maybe not the best start. Matt Kenseth, he is mired way back here, 9th in points. Not good for him. Keselowski, he's a winner on the season. Not sure he'll be able to do that today, but starting pretty far back, 2/3 through the field. And Kyle Petty will bring up the end of the field. Field is separated by, let's see, a 23.197 to a 9.03, about 7/10, so not too bad. Go ahead and advance, though, to our race. Alright, so here at 6 p.m. you can see ambient temperature still at 76 degrees. Track continues to drop, now down 25 degrees from where we were in warm-up. Still the same breeze there out of the south at 7 miles an hour. Go here to our drone cam. Take a look where everybody is starting. See on the front row, Kyle Larson. Alongside him in P2 is Dale Earnhardt Sr. See Richard Petty, Tony Stewart filling out the second row, followed by Cale Yarborough and Jimmie Johnson. It's an interesting row to watch here. Mark Martin and Bill Elliott, these guys have been exceeding expectations week after week. You could say the same for the 7 car behind here in Alan Kulwicki. Just incredible runs. Then you talk about Kevin Harvick, who's had terrible luck. Good starting position, so hopefully he can make the most of today's race. David Pearson alongside Kenseth in the 17 cars. These guys seem to find themselves near and around each other quite often, it seems. Good start for Carl Edwards, typically more towards the back. Earnhardt Jr., Bobby Labonte, even Harry Gant up a little further than typically seen. So, could see some good finishes for some of the back markers. And rounding out the field here, the final row, Clint Bowyer and Kyle Petty. Now back to the front. We'll get to the start of this race and get these engines fired. We will get 2 pace laps here before we get underway. Cars hitting to the banking here in turn 2. I think we are going green this time by. So everybody lining up quickly. Interesting to see if this high line is what works best. Who's going to get the jump on this initial start, and then how will it work going forward if we have any restarts? You know, you don't have the ability to choose a lane here in the SCCS yet, so that is going to be something could be talked about like it was at Gateway. The leader was definitely at a disadvantage there. Going green this time by, though. Did get the 1 extra lap, being a shorter track. cars down the back stretch. Kyle Larson will lead him to green. And this actually also Kyle Larson's now second time starting from P1. Can he pull out another win here today? Pace car is in, and Kyle Larson holds him, now accelerates. Big stack up behind. Field is 3 wide. And part of it, and goes to the lead. Oh, we have contact. Yep, I saw him when 3 wide. I knew that wasn't going to work. He's involved. Let's go back. Pace car will be right back out here on the track. So Mark Hamlin made contact. Oh, the wiki. Hard hit. He's got to be done. So we're going to turn one. Oh, head on into the wall. Announcer's curse earlier talking about how well he's done, outperforming or exceeding his own expectations. Fortunately, only 2 cars involved. Unfortunately, Alan Kowicki being one of them and out of today's race. Could see repairs, but I just don't know that the engine survived that one. Denny Hamlin looks like he's staying on track. Does not need to come in, so that's a bit of a surprise. Pretty big wreck here early on, though, at Iowa. Not something we saw in our practice race at all. A lot of green flag runs, so we may get there here soon, but in the meantime, these guys gonna have to go under caution until we get this mess cleaned up in turn 1 and 2. And we saw Larson lose the lead, so now he'll be starting on the outside, and our pole sitter could potentially get the lead back the way it kind of should theoretically have been. See if Dale Earnhardt does the same thing, though, and get a big stack up on the field. It's primarily what even caused that incident, you could say. Sure, we'll get 1 to go next time by, and Earnhardt will head to the inside. Try to do what Larson wasn't able to on that initial start and hold on to the lead. Still gonna get 1 more to go. Safety trucks still not back to their desired positions before we get this back green. So Kyle Larson, 2 DNFs halfway through the beginning part of the season, but also the winner at double points race, the first leg of our twin checkered challenge. That took place at Indianapolis, where he was able to pass Earnhardt and Richard Petty in the closing laps to get that win. Only car with 2 DNFs in the top 10 in points. So showing how important that twin checkered challenge could potentially be, as we will have 3 more double points races throughout the season, with the next one being in just a few weeks at Le Mans. It'll be a 4-hour endurance race here in the Cup Series at Le Mans. So be sure to tune in for that one. Sure my voice will be hurting afterwards, but excited to bring that one to you guys. An endurance race here in the Stock Car Championship Series. Cars coming around, hoping we can get some green flag action. Make it through at least turn 1. Looks like we got Kawicki back in pit lane, so getting some repairs. And now pace car about to pull down and give the lead of this race back over to Earnhardt to take the green flag. He's away. Gets a much cleaner start, I feel, than saw on the initial. He's going to clear Kyle Larson into turn 1. Larson falls in line. Rick Martin sent up the hill. Three wide in the back. Looks like they hold off of turn 4. Earnhardt pulled away, and Jimmie Johnson now up to second. Car still 3 wide back here. Let's check with Keselowski. Pure chaos in the back of the field here. They were going 3 and 4 wide as they were bumping doors through 3 and 4. Starting to get a little cleaner here towards the back of the pack. Let's go back to the front. Jimmie Johnson now in second. Got Kyle Larson in his rearview mirrors. Larson falling back to third here early on from pole position. Dale Earnhardt taking the lead. And Jimmie Johnson now going up high in turn 3. He's going to lose a spot. Richard Petty looking to potentially get another one as well. But Jimmie Johnson going very high in the entry, maybe getting into a bit of the marbles pretty early on, so didn't lose too much ground. Might even hold off Larson off of 2. Shuts the door and does so. This Kyle Busch now looking on Richard Petty for 4th, and he's going to get there. Nice pass. Kyle Busch coming to the front from about 8th place on the grid. Tony Stewart follows suit. Richard Petty on the inside. In a bit of a bad spot here early in the run. Cars coming off 3 and 4. Now you see Tony Stewart with the advantage. He's going to go up to 4th place. And Petty gets around Kyle. This is kind of a yo-yo rubber band effect here. As these tires wear in, we'll see the quicker cars start making their way to the front, and that effect will slowly wear off. You see the gap remains up front. Dale Earnhardt about a half second over Jimmie Johnson, while Kyle Larson pulls tight on Jimmy's rear bumper. Tony Stewart now closing the gap on the 2nd and 3rd. Very, very good stuff here early on. Whole field down the front straightaway still, so no concern of the lap traffic. And here we go, a shot of the field making their way through turns 1 and 2. Terry Labonte well up the field here early on. Incredible job. Can't wait to see his position gain. Let's see. Up 9 spots already. And about 10 laps of actual racing. Let's go back to Tony Stewart. Let's go on board with Smoke. Take a look at what he's seeing here with our leaders up ahead. There's the top 3 right in front of you. You get an idea how they're getting through turns 1 and 2. similar, it seems. A little bit of a lift off the corner, and I heard Tony Stewart. Got Logano about 3/10 back. Great try though off of 4. Like Tony Stewart might be able to run a little lower than the top 3, so that's a interesting thing to know. Check that little time here to turn 1. Earnhardt running pretty high. He's up about half a lane, I'd say. See, he's way up there towards that dotted line. Let's take a look as we come through here. Trippy camera. So he's about half a lane up the track. Let's see. It looks like Jimmie Johnson's closing a bit. It's in 1 and 2 where we're seeing that. So Jimmie Johnson now about half a second behind our leader. Johnson, he's running high. Gap is closing for first, though, as Johnson closes in on Earnhardt. I don't know. Getting there is one thing, making the pass obviously an entirely different story. We mentioned during warm-up that cars can make it about 65 laps on a tank of fuel, so we're about 1/3 of the way there. We did have a caution flag, but not sure if that'll play too much of an impact, so maybe 70 at most. As we get closer, we'll definitely keep a closer eye on cars making pit stops. What will be the advantage? I wonder, coming in earlier or trying to stay out. Those tires definitely make a big difference. You see the fastest lap of 23.230. Currently running 24.9, so nearly 2 seconds off already. Gap, 0.4 seconds. See Bobby Allison back here. He's getting a little racy with his teammate. That's Cale Yarborough, side by side, the best enemies, as they're called. Currently running 3rd in the team championship, doing pretty good. Seems like Cale, though, might be having a bit of trouble with his car. Handling might be going away about halfway through this run. Yeah, Joey Logano just quietly here in 5th. Quietly 7th in points as well, 49 back of the championship lead. Gap out front, 2/10 now. Can Earnhardt hold him off? Johnson definitely quicker at this point in the run. I think these cars are pretty equal altogether, but see Jimmie's car just coming alive here in the last 10 laps. First car that would be of any concerned for being a lap down of the Harry Gant. It's currently 39th place as Kawicki's still on pit road for damage, but 6 seconds ahead. Jimmie just being methodical, just patient as well, not overdriving his car. And so he just keeps doing what he's doing, he might be able to get there. Lap 30 of 300 in the books, on to 31. Jimmie Johnson continues to track down our leader. To the rear bumper, to the outside of the number 3, because that's the way to pass here, is going to be get to the outside, that right rear. Once you do that, you potentially pass him and send him back a few other spots. Earnhardt running a pretty high line though as it is, so it might be hard to get there. Not seeing that second groove really form up yet. Back, and there's Kyle Larson. Still a ways off of him. First and second starting to get a bit of a gap here as Larson's losing touch with the lead. These lap cars could come into play pretty soon. Take another pass here, Kyle Busch now going backwards after making those passes just a moment ago. Fastest in practice there, Jeff Gordon rounding out the top 10. So we got the top 10 all in a group here, and then a bit of a ways back to 11th, which is Darrell Waltrip, having a pretty good run, as been the case for many races this year. Waltrip has outperformed maybe his expectations as well. Jimmie Johnson falling back a little bit for the time being. I think waiting on that lap traffic to develop. You can see the traffic now just out of frame. Every once in a while you catch like a glimpse of them down the straightaway. About 3 seconds now up the road, so very close. Let's see what we got up here. Ernie Irvin. I know we had Denny Hamlin back here. Seems as though he's been able to make his way back to the front, or at least halfway through the field. Let's check on his progress. Up to 19th with the damage. Had the incident in practice, and just a bad start to this race as well. As Hamlin just can't catch a break, but Tony Stewart now looking to get by the number 5 for second, or for third. Lots of pressure here in turn 1. He's going to get to the outside off of 2. Stewart going to make this happen for third. I think he'll do it. Nicely done by Smoke. On to lap 40 of 300, and Tony Stewart continues his way to the front. Joey Logano is going to follow. It's almost like the Bristol type of effect, where once you get one car by, they keep coming. I'm just going to let him by, otherwise he might lose another here to Bobby Allison in a moment. Leader has caught traffic, so Earnhardt to the outside of Harry Gant cleanly. Tony Stewart a second and a half back now, trying to close back up here. The gap to the leaders under 2 seconds. Or under a second. Earnhardt's going to be in a ton of traffic here in a moment. They couldn't even get out of the way if they wanted to, let alone the fact they're trying to stay on the lead lap and race each other. Jimmie Johnson gets around Gant. Look to the inside though, so costs him a little bit more time. He's another 20 laps away from pit stop, so this will be quite the norm for the next little while here in this race. Traffic is going to be a huge key in who wins. Much like Concord, we saw that. 1.3 wide for the lead as they were lapping the cars. Ernie Irvin holding up Earnhardt on the outside, but Earnhardt's going to get by. Jimmie Johnson closes up to 3/10 in that moment. But now gets blocked by Waltrip. Interesting move there. Tony Stewart gets by Harry Gant, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Larson, or Joe Logano and Kyle Larson getting by as well. Oh, bit of contact, you see. Looks like Waltrip and Irvin touched, and that sent Jimmy high. To the outside, gets by two other Richard Childress cars. 23 of Bubba Wallace going up to the outside, letting her win. Jimmie Johnson not far back, but many cars in between himself. Oh, Bubba almost taking out the number 3. Oh boy, that was close. Kyle Petty here in 33rd, started last on the field, so doing much better than where he initially started this event. Going a lap down, but that is expected in a track like this. Just gotta race your own race. Let it play out, because this is gonna be a long one. Teammates there with Richard Motorsports got Bubba Wallace and Kyle Petty side by side, right in front of second place Jimmie Johnson and Jeff Burton, who's also now in this battle. I see Tony Stewart close it out. Gotta get to that outside. Jimmie Johnson's got to win now. Already on lap 50 here today. I was thinking this might go into the evening, but at this rate, I don't know if we're going to see the lights turn on. Oh, Tony Stewart's now going to get the outside back move by Jimmie Johnson. Stewart going to the high side, so is Logano. Dale Earnhardt now pulling up almost a 2-second gap to Tony Stewart. Let's take a look at the field as they make their way through turn 3's entrance. There's Hamlin. Incredible run back through the field. Terry Labonte having a really good day. could start talking a bit more about pit stops. It's going to get here quick because these guys are doing 23-second laps, or maybe about 26-second laps. Now 25 and a half for Earnhardt that last time, by 2.2 off of his quickest. So you got to pit. I would pit sooner rather than later. I think there's a lot of benefit in coming in early. Logano gets by Tony. He's trying to on the outside. Stewart's going to give it a fight, though. Big Red kind of held Stewart down there. Off of 4. 2.5 seconds back of Earnhardt here as they race side by side. Pulling away from Jimmie Johnson, who's in 4th, still dealing with the lap traffic, and also got Kyle Larson there with him, trying to take away 4th from him, sending him back to 5th. Only one incident so far today. Again, that was Alan Kulwicki and Whitney Hamlin. Trying to go 3 wide on lap 1, turn 1. Martin sent both of them up the hill, and that was that for their day. Looks like Logano should be able to clear Stewart here off of turn 4. Puts him into 2nd. Dale Earnhardt working on his son now, Earnhardt Jr. To the outside. Jr. in 29 goes a lap down here on lap 57. The 2 Budweiser cars also right here running with each other, Earnhardt Jr. and Kenny Schrader. Not teammates, but they work together on commercials, I guess, as does Chase Elliott and Michael Waltrip. A similar situation here in the Stock Car Championship Series. You see Jimmy's gotten away from Kyle Busch. He battles with Larson for 5th. Bernard Sr. inside, coming up on the 1/5 point of the race at lap 60. So 1/5 of the way through. Logano and Tony Stewart are closing by using that high line down to a 2nd now. Logano's got a very fast car. See, off of 4, closing now on Chase Elliott, who's in 28th. Next car to go a lap down is Martin Truex. All these guys just hoping they can survive the pit stops and not go a lap down by them. Put a little bit of caution during that exchange. Earnhardt's got to worry about getting caught by the 22. And the 22. The 22 and the 22. There's the leader coming up on Truex now. Pit stops are imminent, and I can't stress it enough, as we talked about, I think the best bet is to be the first to stop. It's because you're losing 2 seconds a lap right now. Earnhardt's going to get to the outside of Truex, and I'll put him a lap down. Logano now can smell the gas fumes of Earnhardt's car. He's right on his tank. They are on fumes here. There is minimal gas left in these machines. caution laps, like I said, may have helped a little, but this track is so small that it's not really that big of a difference. Top three here, all in the same shot, going for the lead here, going into our first pit cycle of the race. To the blimp here. See Logano really close now on Earnhardt. Earnhardt led every lap here so far. Still looking for his first win on the season. Meanwhile, Logano got one win already. Earnhardt has been quite a terrible rut, I would say. Got a good race last week, but before that it was 4 DNFs in 6 races. Hoping he can keep that streak going from last week at Gateway, doing much better on the ovals. Now looking on Greg Biffle. Caught him pretty quick here in turn 2. For a way by, he's gonna maybe try the inside. Doesn't want to, so he's gonna wait. I think he knew if he tried the inside, he'd lose the lead to Logano, but goes by on the outside, across the line, and we're on lap 69 here at Iowa. Very nice race so far. Especially if you're Dale Earnhardt. You can say the same for Logano and Stewart. Yet they're not leading the race, they are having a fantastic run going through the field and now finding themselves within a half second of the lead. On lap 70 already, so a bit further than maybe anticipated with that caution. Here comes Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt's the first to go. I think that's going to be big. Oh, Stewart's following, so that's huge. Yeah, coming in first is going to be the call to make. It's like Kyle Busch also. Oh no, it's Kyle Larson. So they're Tony Stewart and Kyle Larson. This time by is that Jimmie Johnson? Yes, it is. Or Denny Hamlin, sorry. Everybody in this next lap, though. Wow. The floodgates have opened. Joey on pit lane. Earnhardt and Stewart, they've exited on the track. Here they go. How do they come back on track with Logano? Oh, Stewart's hung up. Logano on the inside, on the apron. He's going to get past. Stewart gets by. He's going to the outside and just going to leave Earnhardt here off of 4. Oh, I thought we had a wreck. When he jumped like that. Look at the speed difference. Stewart now putting a massive gap on Earnhardt on this out laps, I guess you could call them. Neil Bonnet's are leading, but now getting passed as he's entering pit lane. So they made it to 71. Guess you could say lap 70. See what they do on this next long run. And they continue that pace. Bobby Labonte, he's going a lap down. Excuse me. Alright. There's your top 5. Gordon's up to 6, I think. Yeah. Bobby Allison and Yarborough Big loss on those pit stops. And Darrell Waltrip also went pretty far back. Let's take a look. Got 19 cars still on the lead lap. Hamlin 16th. He was doing really well, so he fell back a bit. Cale Yarborough, Bobby Allison, those guys were up in the top 6, 7. So not a good stop for them. And here's Tony Stewart continuing to mow down the field. Earnhardt second now, Logano third, and Jimmie Johnson fourth. 2.5 seconds separate the top 4. Check with Jimmie Johnson in fourth here for a moment. He's got quite a few lap cars around. He's at third in points. Currently ahead of both Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. So make that battle for the points lead a bit tighter. See Larson just a little behind. It's got Jeff Gordon there in sixth, who's having a great run at that pit stop. He was 10th or so. Now looking to crack the top 5, just like that. Stayed out, actually, an extra lap, so that could have been the call. Let's see. Stewart pit first and was able to get by Logano and Dale Earnhardt Sr. So got a bit of cloud cover here at Iowa. Didn't have much sun after qualifying. Earnhardt Sr. got his teammate ahead, and Michael Waltrip trying to make the move to keep pace with Tony Stewart in that Home Depot. Oh wow, Waltrip holding up his teammate and his boss. That's maybe not the best move. So track temp, 96 degrees, gone up again after the cars have been running around here. Heat it back up. 1 second from first to second. See Waltrip just blocking that line, and now Logano, he is right there. Earnhardt could be in a lot of trouble here as, yep, Logano gets to the high side. Logano can now do work on the 15. I cannot believe that Michael was the one that caused this to happen. It's too bad for Earnhardt. He's got to be just confused. Same team. Oh, Craig Boyer. Wow. Gets by Earnhardt with a little fresher tires. Almost made contact even. Into 3, Earnhardt in the 3. You see Logano still having trouble clearing the 15 of Michael Waltrip. Tony Stewart just ahead. Let's see a little bit of evening out here, even out of these lanes. That second lane right behind might be showing itself. Yeah, look at that run by Waltrip. Not losing much time to Tony Stewart either. In fact, going quicker, believe it or not. Logano, he's going to be right on the rear bumper of Tony Stewart in the next lap or so. Just a little bit of fall off all of a sudden for that number 20 car. He hasn't really been able to catch up to Jeff Burton or put a gap on Michael Waltrip, and it's a little concerning if you're the 20 team. Logano's going to get to his outside, make the pass very easily, less than a lap. He got there and made the pass. New leader here on lap 90 of 300. That's Joey Logano. As the win at Concord. Somewhat similar track, you know. So it's not out of the realm of possibility or too far-fetched to think that he would have had a great race here. Could have probably put a decent amount of money on it. Got 4 cars in a line right in front of the leader, all battling for position, but Newmer is now going for a second lap down. All of these 4 cars. So Joey's going to try the inside. It's going to work, and now Tony Stewart's going to get there, but Joey's looking to go 3 wide into 3. Oh boy. Now Tony Stewart's going to go up to the outside. Of a race at the front, splitting this lap traffic. Stewart gonna maybe go 3 wide off of 4. Can't quite get there, but he was wanting to. And Jimmy wants to go to the inside here in the 1. Pushing Neil Bond in with everything he's got, but I see Logano's gonna find himself back to 4th as Jeff Gordon has caught these guys and have moved up to 3rd. In fact, looking for the lead here off of turn 4. Coming up on Tony Stewart. Top 4, all less than half a second, 3/10 at that at the line. Side by side as the lap traffic in front cannot figure it out. Almost 1/3 of the way through this race as well. Stewart going way wide. Big run off of 4. He's got Logano in tow. So this will get Stewart back to the lead. It all kind of worked out the way it should have been from the start, but Logano not giving up that high side. Stewart trying to hold on. Logano, he's there. Still to the outside, now gets by Tony Stewart. Jeff Burton out ahead. Oh, Alan Kowicki back on track. Let's see him back out there. Find out how many laps he's down in just a moment. Earnhardt and Gordon now side by side, and Gordon looks like he's going to take 3rd. And now set his sights on Jeff Burton and eventually the top two. That's pretty remarkable considering where Gordon was 45 minutes into this race. 90 laps down for Alan Kulwicki. On to lap 100. You see Jeff Gordon getting by, now Jeff Burton just behind here. Jimmie Johnson now relegated back to 5th for the time being, and even Kyle Larson having a bit of a hard time on this run. He's not showing the same speed that he had earlier. Stuck in a bit of traffic as well. Richard Petty, Kevin Harvick there, 6, 7, and 8. Just able to find his way by. Still belongs to Dale Earnhardt Sr. at a 23.230. Logano, Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, that's your top three. Earnhardt and Jimmie Johnson just clearing Jeff Burton for your top 5. All 2.5 seconds separate those top 5. Gordon's getting there. Getting quickest in practice, did not qualify that well. But had a feeling he would be quick in the race. Pushing that rear bumper of Tony Stewart. Sometimes you just hope that the car in front of you is like, alright, you got it, take it, but sometimes they just don't give it up as easily. It could get a little pushy at that point. Logano closing in on 19th up ahead to put Kurt Busch a lap down. There's Gordon to the outside here off of turn 4. Nicely done. Should get Gordon to P2 in a lap or 2. We got Mark Martin up ahead. Just an eventful weekend. There's second, third, and fourth. Now focused on the leader or the next group of lap cars that comes into their vicinity. Looks like that would be Ken Schrader. Gordon pulling away from Tony Stewart. Logano having a bit of trouble here getting by the 97, so it's going to allow Jeff Gordon to close up as he gets by Ken Schrader. And we could see Gordon get to Logano here. Really cause some trouble for that 22 team. Trying again to the outside, but Kurt Busch taking that line away. Oh, we have a caution out, so that was an important move. Carl Edwards is around here in turn 1. Let's take a look. Bobby Labonte involved. Contact. Just took the right rear and they go for a ride. Not too bad, though, it seems. Contact there. Ooh, Ernie Irvin got him good. So, that is a big moment in this race. Lap 111. Joey Logano now heading to pit lane, I imagine. See Terry Labonte on pit lane. He must have got some damage. Had a great run going. See if anybody in the background there stays out. I don't think anybody is. Maybe Denny Hamlin? Is he lapped down? We'll have to check. Oh, wow. Tony Stewart even gets passed by Earnhardt in pit lane. Trying to get to his box. That's going to be an interesting timing here as them getting out of the pit exit. Logano gets out in front of Gordon, and he's going to win the battle. Earnhardt will get 3rd, Tony Stewart 4th, and Jimmie Johnson 5th. Oh, nice shot by Harvick, up to 6th. Dave Pearson having a pretty good run as well, making his way up into the top 10. Denny Hamlin stayed out. It's a very, very interesting call. Could potentially win him the race. Never know. So last pit on lap 71. He's got 42 laps on these tires. He will get past quickly. But if he can make it to the next pit cycle, it could be very interesting for him. Get another caution potentially. Field's still around in here, catching up. We got both Bobby Labonte and Terry Labonte on pit lane, getting repairs done. Keselowski, the lucky dog. Hamlin will also be on the inside on this restart. Gordon will be launching behind him. Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick. So the high side, guys like Logano and Earnhardt are going to have a big advantage. The older tires will get a slower acceleration. Also, just going into turn 1, he's going to get the doors blown off him. Bit of sun peeking through the bottom of the clouds here. We are at just about 7 p.m. local time. Let's take a look. Yeah, just 6:58. So sun's still setting here in Iowa. Let's keep the camera on Denny Hamlin because we know Logano's going to get by here into turn 1. What kind of mess will Hamlin end up creating, though? The only car to stay out. Very interesting call. Not even towards the front of the field, just looking for track position. See if it pays off for the FedEx 11. Could see a quick caution. It's entirely possible. We got cars now leaving pit lane even right in front of the field. Green flags in the air. Hamlin gets a good start. He doesn't spin the tires too badly. Got Kenza back there. Did not start at all. There you go. Top three just flying by with those fresh tires. Now everyone else checking up behind Gordon. A lot in out here. Oh, wow. 3 wide. Oh, gosh. Can they make it by? Harvick slamming into Gordon. Actually helped him out, got him up the track. You see guys like Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson losing a ton of time. A ton of positions. There they go. Finally get up the track. Alright, so let's get to the front of the field again. That's Joey Logano in the lead. Jimmie Johnson second. Petty now up to third. Good run for the King. Earnhardt and Tony Stewart going to round out the top 5 here. Cars coming through. 3-4. Oh, contact with Martin and Kyle Petty. Looks like they made it off of turn 4 safely. Jimmie Johnson running second behind Joey Logano. The car is looking pretty quick. Class of the field though. They got moved towards the back on that last restart. You got Jeff Gordon back in about 7th after working his way all the way to the front. Kyle Larson in trouble. Kyle Busch. See, these guys are just like, gotta be furious with that restart. Kenza, however, had a bad stop and is now back up into the top 10. Kyle Busch and Larson definitely on a mission here, working together, working the high side, getting by a lot of these other cars like the 17 of Darrell Waltrip and the 17 of Matt Kenseth. Want to be technical, the 117 of Darrell Waltrip and the 017 of Matt Kenseth. Now they're coming up on the actual 17 of David Pearson. All 3 17s in a row here as Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson make their way back to the front of the field. So put Kyle Busch in a 9th and Larson eventually 10th. Let's see the speed those guys have. It's no joke. Tony Stewart's still in 5th here. Running with Earnhardt. Those two have been pretty comparable throughout the day. Out front, Logano 4 seconds up ahead. Got Terry Labonte trying to manage his damaged car. See the top 5 all single file, back to 10th even. I think we still got a bit of a log jam where it comes to Denny Hamlin. Oh, he's actually lost the group. Oh wow, he's even out of the running with everyone. It's kind of frustrating. He knows if he can keep the car going and make it a pit cycle, this could work to his advantage. So just keep an eye on Denny Hamlin in 20th. Being patient. Playing the long game. Kozlowski working Neil Bonnet. Oh, we got cars on the wall here. That's Wallace and Greg Biffle. They're going to keep going. Hard hit, though. You see these guys shoot straight up the track. We got Davey Allison and Jeff Burton behind him. They're pushing on each other. Almost a crash, though, bringing out a yellow, but they stay green. Richard Petty. Looks like he's making some headway on the 48. Potentially make a move, I think. There we go in 3 and 4. He's to the outside, and Richard Petty's going to be in second place in about a lap's time. I don't think Jimmy will fight this too hard. Terry Labonte's still about 2.5 or so seconds, 1.5 seconds now for the leader up ahead. And Denny Hamlin's about 6 seconds. Those older tires really wearing down here. Can Hamlin hold on? And Richard Petty really running a high line now. Take a look at the 43 and how he's getting through these corners. All the way up on the stripes. And 0.3 quicker, quarter second. Yeah, he's going to be a new leader here in just a moment. That line is cooking. Slow cooking, it is flash fry. He is on fire. Flambe. Going for the lead. Gonna take his high line. Kind of feigned Logano. They could think he was going low, and Logano blocked it. Gave Petty even better line in turn 1. He gets by the 22. And will likely get by Terry Labonte here in turn 1. So Richard Petty looking real quick right at the moment. That's part of the sin. He is just on fire. Found that extra grip, about a half car length up. And he's taking off. Hamlin, about 2 seconds up the road now. With the way Richard Petty's car is going, it won't be long. Poor Hamlin's going to be a 20th, the lucky dog, first car lap down. Got a bit of a ways to 19th, so it's not the worst thing for him, but he was hoping to stay ahead of the leader altogether. Already 1.3 seconds on Logano's. Logano struggles to get by Terry, but Richard Petty gets to Hamlin, and Hamlin doesn't have anything for the leader. It is a one turn and done. extra grip there in that middle groove, really coming into play. It's like the cushion in a sprint car race. Almost up here on the halfway point. 140 laps here now for Richard Petty coming around turn 4. Gonna get that in the books. Great run going here for the STP machine. And 2 cautions so far. I believe... Oh no, Hamlin has not pit. I thought he pit for a moment. But now closing up on 36th place, Clint Boyer. There's already a lap or 2 down. It's got Harry Gant up ahead. Starting to get into that lap traffic again at this point. But 1.4 seconds is the gap for Petty to Logano. Lap 143 for the 43. Good with the lead if you're Richard. Around the 33 on turn 2. Next focusing on Ernie Irvin. And understanding we have some fluid or debris on the track. Off turn 2, making its way down the back straightaway, so we're going to have to bring a yellow flag out. Here on lap 144, good caution coming out here at Iowa. Big moment in the race. I'm not sure. Now Hamlin, did he run out of gas? I think he did. He's in 20th. He's in. Oh, I thought that was the back straightaway I was seeing. So he made the stop. Pause. Now, what do the leaders do? Do they pit again? It's been about 34 laps. I think it would make sense to pit. And we're seeing about half the field coming in. Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Busch, David Pearson, Bill Elliott, Harvick, Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, Kurt Busch, and Brad Keselowski, who stayed out. Richard Petty, Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, Dale Earnhardt, Stewart, Bobby Allison, Cale Yarborough, Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth. So the top 9. Darrell Waltrip's going to get off pit lane first and 10th. Oh, man. So that's huge. Just about the halfway point, and now we have strategy coming into play. And 2 runs there of about 35-40 laps before we had cautions. Had a green flag pit stop earlier. As we're closing in on the halfway point, let's take a look here at an hour 8 minutes. Pretty good on time. And we got 20 cars on the lead lap. Dale Jarrett just getting the lucky dog. Very interesting to see how this plays out with 10th on back. Heck of a call. You got Waltrip here, Jeff Gordon. These guys primed to win. We know Daryl's due for one. Been close a couple times already this season. Running 13th in points, so not too shabby. No DNFs on the season. Very consistent. And this could be the day. Might get one to go, I believe, at the line and be back. Green flag at 150, right at the halfway point. So Logano will be on the outside in the restart. So we've seen Richard Petty be good, but we did see the initial start of the race where our pole sitter Larson actually lost the lead to Earnhardt on the outside. So it's all about the jump you get. As long as you don't spin the tires, and you should be able to get through turn one. But if second place gets a good jump as well, then it makes that very difficult. Pace car will be heading in, and like I said, we'll have a halfway point as well. We're shifting down. Ready to get the green flag. And Petty brings him down. Good start. Everybody gets away cleanly. I don't see anyone with a bad start in the top 20. Petty is going to be clear to turn one. Oh, Kyle Larson goes up the track. Oh, there's a wreck. We got Darrell Waltrip. Big wreck here. Oh, no. Kowicki, he's on his side. Darrell Waltrip. These guys are going to get sent back to the pits because Waltrip can't get turned around. Oh, Petty just hit Waltrip. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he hit him square. Oof. Glancing blow, but hit nonetheless. So a few more cars are going to pit. Let's take a look at what happened. A few cars get shot out wide, and there's Larson, Yarborough, and Waltrip, and Larson's already out. There's nowhere for any more room. Just gets around and starts spinning like a top. Larson gets through. Two cars with major damage, though. So Logano back to the front. See Yarborough, Petty, they're getting repairs. Tony Stewart's back out. Dale Sr. So Cale Yarborough got back out. Richard Petty sits there. Yet again, I don't think he's going to make it. Oh my gosh, the bad luck continues for the 43. Going down a lap. I see Larson now on pit lane. He's got damage. Can Larson get back out before the pace car gets back by? It's first and third starting in this race. So big moment, and now crossing the start finish line are the leaders, and you got all these guys that had to come in because they were blocked in the track. So if we can find, okay, we got Rusty Wallace and Keselowski, they're coming out. So I think Dale Earnhardt Jr. here. There's Mark Martin. Martin Truex or Jeff Burton. Yeah. Everybody getting back out. Probably going to add one more lap to this caution. It's going to be interesting to see how that strategy played out, but it's stock car racing and you can't predict it. That's exactly what we saw with that restart. There's nothing anyone could do. Four cars going for one spot. There's Richard Petty back on track in 22nd now. 2 laps down. Back up front. So we got Alan Kulwicki and Kyle Larson on pit lane. Definitely took the worst of it with Darrell Waltrip. But I think even Darrell's back on track, which is pretty remarkable. We're getting the one to go here, going green this time by Joey Logano on the inside. So can he hold the lead, or will Jimmie Johnson be able to make a big run on the outside and try to take it back? Kenseth up there in 4th. Good run for him. He's got David Pearson in 5th. And pace car pulling off the track. Good jump. See cars fanning out wide. Can't get 3 wide, so that's good. Bit of pushing further back. That's a good clean. 3 wide for the lead as Gordon goes on the high side. He's going to clear Gordon to the lead with the fresh tires. Just checking out. Logano runs very wide. A lot of fresh tires now coming. Oh, Logano's in trouble. So is Jimmy. How are these guys going to hold on? Oh, we got caution. See here, I think Bobby Allison might have got involved. Yep. Bobby and Davey Allison get a little contact, go up high, and Bobby Allison goes around It's contact from Richard Petty. It looks like Harry Gant might have got the wall pretty hard. It's clipped. Ooh, hard contact. Excuse me. So, a slew of cautions here. Midway through the race. See who makes the move down pit lane. Oh, fourth place there, Matt Kenseth. There's Petty again, looking to get more repairs. Kyle Larson's back on track. So 160.0300, past the halfway point. Sun really starting to set here now, and maybe even getting the driver's eyes a bit. Let's take a look as we go on board with Jeff Gordon. See how it looks from the dash cam as we head here into turn 3. It's gonna get really bright at Iowa. Pretty bright. Gonna be 140 laps to go as they cross the line. You see Greg Biffle, he's gonna get a wave around. And am I seeing this right? We know Dale Jarrett got a wave around not too long ago. He's all the way up to 7th already. That's amazing. What a run. He was a lap down and got a wave around and now back up into the top 10. Looks like we had a lot of cars hit pit lane. Let's take a look. 16th here. Okay, a lap down. Michael Waltrip, though, up to 16th. No cars are one lap down. Every car is at least 2 laps down, which did bode well for Richard Petty, but now he's going to be, I believe, 3 laps down. Yes, indeed. So it looks like we'll still get at least one more lap under caution as cars still catching up to the tail end of the field. Get everyone back in order and then get the one to go next time by. See here again, exiting pit lane after his damage repairs. Took a real hard hit to the outside after getting clipped by Richard Petty. Petty's race just went from total amazing on lap 143, not even 20 laps ago, to just 2 wrecks. Potentially being out of the top 30 of this race. When it rains, it pours. Kind of amazed Jimmie Johnson didn't take the opportunity to pit. Now 50 laps on his tires. Same to go for Logano. These guys were getting stormed in that last restart. Sticking to their guns, though. Let's see what they do on the inside line. They'll be starting 3rd and 5th. Not sure if anyone else here on that old of tires. I don't believe so. Bill Elliott up there in 4th. Good run for that Coors number 9. Gordon will lead him to green. Kyle Busch on the outside here. Pace car in turn 3 about to pull off in turn 4. Get some green flag racing back going again here at Iowa. Green flag, good start for Gordon. I think he'll get the lead into 1. Big gap back to... Oh my gosh, contact again. There we go. Oh, hard impact. Cody Stewart's at the wall hard. hard hit. He got into it with Kevin Harvick there in turn 1. That was really big. I don't think you come back from that type of an impact. Oh man, knocked the wall down. There's Cale Yarborough, Jimmie Johnson. Joey Logano stays out still. Seen a lot of pit strategy here as these guys, I think, know that these tires are just so important. Meanwhile, at the front, if you can stay out and just keep leading laps under caution, that's not too bad either. Harvick's still running well, though. He's out there in 7th. Tony Stewart, though, lots of damage. Not sure he'll get back out on track. Oh, Ricky Rudd's going to get a wave around. It's going to be a huge hit for Tony Stewart in the points. Was running 4th. Will probably find himself, I would say, at least 8th at this point. 7th, maybe. I don't know if you can go worse than 8th. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson, he's also had some trouble. It looks like he's 34th right now in the running. Kyle Busch, he's leading 2nd in points. Then you got Jimmie Johnson. He just came in for a pit stop, fresh tires, see he can make his way through the field. So we'll get lined back up. Be one to go next time by. So it's Matt Kenseth, Cale Yarborough, Jimmie Johnson, David Pearson, Bobby Allison, and Greg Biffle that made it to pit lane. Got 14 cars here currently on the lead lap. Ricky Rudd still 1 lap down. Next car to be awarded the lucky dog, provided we have any other cautions. Get the 1 to go here at lap 169. Should be a nice restart. Hopefully Kyle Busch can get away cleanly and then won't have any checkups through the field, and turn 1 can be smooth. A lot of contact here in the last 50 laps. Last 30 laps, you could say. Now you see why Kowicki got his damage repaired. You know, get a few spots if he could keep going, and you never know what can happen here. Not that he'll win, but he can at least pick up another 5-10 spots, and that's the key to a championship sometimes. off of 4. Pace car is in, and in the restart zone, Kyle Busch gets away. What a jump. Cale Yarborough got a good start there with the fresh tires. You see Jimmie Johnson going through the line. Hopefully everyone can get through. Off 2. Oh, for the lead, Jeff Gordon to the outside. He's going to get there. See Pearson and Yarborough, Jimmie Johnson, these guys already making their way into the top 5. So I have to tell Jimmie Johnson, but Yarborough and Pearson, they're there. Keep an eye on the lead. You can see that 28 machine getting closer and closer, quicker and quicker. Superhero on these fresh tires. I swear, it's incredible how fast you go. Martin Truex Jr. on pit lane. Not sure if he had contact with the wall. Cody Stewart still getting repairs as well. Stewart now all the way back in 38th. Top 3 pulling away, but Cale should be able to track him down here pretty quickly. Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, Kyle Busch. Then you got about a half second to Cale Yarborough. Three of the best to ever do it here, rounding turn 2 into turn 3 at Iowa. Stock Car Championship Series. We get the legends of NASCAR here all together, past and present. That's what it's all about, is these guys just tearing it up at Iowa, coming up on 100 laps to go quickly. Lots of different strategies at play right now too. You got different last pits all over the place here. Among maybe just the top 5, you see Gordon last on lap 146, so that's 30 laps ago. Here's Kyle Busch coming around to Earnhardt, who actually even has fresher tires. Last pit on 152. You got Cale Yarborough and David Pearson. They pit on 166. I think we'll see that pay off, about another 10 laps or so, as Cale Yarborough should probably be in the lead in that time frame. There's your top 4 now. It used to be top 3. Cale is there. Just going to be patient, though. Even if he can't get by, he knows he's still got 20 more laps on those tires. He can keep going. Sun's starting to make its presence known here at Iowa. Just ask these drivers as they come down off of the back straightaway into turn 3. Nice glare there. Really shines off these cars though, so good for the broadcasts. Top 4 separated by 0.6 of a second. Gordon, Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt, and Cale Yarborough. Fastest lap of the race now belongs to Jeff Gordon at 23.124. Earnhardt goes the outside of Kyle Busch. That's for second. Let's see right from here. this on board. I think Cale, if he wants, can probably follow along and go for third. And he will. We'll send Kyle back just a bit. Ooh, Kyle gets loose. Doesn't flinch though. Cale keeps it stuck there, 3 and 4. There's the gap behind. Thought Kyle might be coming back on Cale there off of 4, but this top 4 now just racing each other. Oh, Jimmie is actually going to get by for 5th. He's going to close in. Kyle Larson's multiple laps down, but he's getting by Pearson. Then you got Kurt Busch in 7th. Yeah, Jimmie's going to get there pretty quick. Oh, Kyle Busch back again by Cale Yarborough. That back and forth you get with the inside and outside lane here at Iowa. Dale Earnhardt going for the lead on lap 185. Cross the line on 186. Looks like he's going to get there around turn 2. And he does. Clear of the 24. What a move. Got the number 3 taking the lead. Will he look back, or is this his for the end of the race? You know, Earnhardt had a fast car early on, and I don't know if he could be caught. The one thing that can do it is maybe fresher tires that the 28 has, but he's had his hands tied with Kyle Busch ever since he's caught this group. Now Jimmie Johnson is going to latch onto the rear end and see what he has. Tony Stewart still on pit lane. It's heartbreaking for that team. Now Cale, he's right on Gordon. Can he get him off at 2? He does. Gordon tried to block it. He definitely stifled the momentum. Cale's going to get there off of 4 even easier, so might even be able to clear him here into 1. Those tires now definitely paying off for the 28. .8 seconds now, the gap to Earnhardt in the first position. See if Cale can chop that down at all in the next couple laps. Interested to see these lap times actually. 25.1 with clear track. What does Earnhardt put? 25.1 to a 25.0. That's a little quicker. We'll do it again this next time by about a 10th. There's 9 100ths. 900ths of a second that last time by. What is it this time? Oh, Logano's pitting. I'm not sure where he is on track, but Logano pitting. 25.19, 25.18. Let's find Logano. Where's he at? 14. It's on the lead lap. Last pit on 112. This is routine. Okay, so if he's at 192, it means would only have one more stop the rest of the way. If you're Earnhardt, you make it to 210, 220. Wow. Logano might win this race. Gotta work out with no cautions. I think that's the only way. It's gonna be very interesting. There he is, exiting as we speak. Cale Yarborough kind of plateaued as he got to second. He's still a half second back over Earnhardt. Maybe getting half a tenth here and there, but so 25.3 to 25.3, but by about 200ths of a second. You know, so it's honest work, but someone's got to do it. Cale Yarborough just got to keep at it, and I think he'll get there. There's Logano. Fresh tires. Let's see what this is like. Let's go on board. Our potential. Very strong feelings about this potential winner of this race. Get to the outside of the 18 off the floor. Oh, Kyle Larson. It's gotta be just so much fun to drive like this. I feel like you're going twice the speed of everyone. It gets Earnhardt in a split second. Gone. That's all the cars he just passed. 2 laps. Coming up on the slower traffic. Gets a lap back also. He's only a lap down. There's 2 cars a lap down, and the other one, Ricky Rudd. This is important. He's coming off of turn 4. It's for the wave around. And so Logano's going to get there very soon. And he'll be the next car a lap down. Then you got Earnhardt still trying to hold off Cale Yarborough. Coming up on a pit stop in probably about 20 to 30 laps. Then you got to think, can they make it 70 laps on one tank? Or is there going to be a splash of fuel at the end? Really interesting how this is playing out as we have 100 laps to go. 2/3 of the way through this race at Iowa. Earnhardt leading. We're at an hour 42, so got a bit extended there with all the cautions. Track temp 97, ambient 75. Wind's picking up a bit. Breeze out there for these fellas. Everything's staying pretty pat at the front. Is this... It's Kyle Larson again. Oh my god. He's already passed the field just a moment ago. He just went through the whole field. Here's Joey. I want to see something from a blimp here. It's incredible to watch. Just dicing through the field. He is ahead of Ricky Rudd. Let's see, so he's right over here. Off turn 2, now down this back straightaway. The speed Logano has in comparison is just shocking. Guys, get back to the track. With Dale Earnhardt Sr., leader. Sees down the front stretch. Now opened up about a second lead over Cale Yarborough. Cale's tires just didn't get the full cycle in them as the cautions maybe took the good off them, they say. Had a bit of good left for a bit, but has since lost a bit of time to our leader. Then you got Kyle Busch here in third, Jeff Gordon fourth, Jimmie Johnson fifth. Earnhardt focused on Neil Bonnet and Michael Waltrip. They're running 20th and 19th, so a great run for both those guys. Earnhardt's looking low. Cale Yarborough still over half a second back. But looking low is going to cost Earnhardt time. And potentially a spot if he doesn't get to the high side. He doesn't follow Bonnet. Neil Bonnet's there. Cale Yarborough's there, and he's going to get by for the lead here on lap 208 as we cross the line. Big mistake for Dale Earnhardt trying to take the inside on the lap traffic. It's going to cost him. And now he can't get by his own teammate. It's like Earnhardt will clear off of 4. And Kyle Busch is going to try to follow into turn 1. Cale Yarborough's now got a half-second lead. Just like that. Earnhardt now clear. There's Cale. He's going up on Boyer, Kyle Petty, and Bubba Wallace. We'll go to the high side already. He's committed. Get by these two easily. Earnhardt now saw what he did. He's got to follow him. You see Kyle Busch actually losing 2 spots there. It's Gordon and Jimmie Johnson get by for 3rd and 4th. Earnhardt is pinned in there right now. Nowhere to go for the... Oh, we got a caution. Well, let's see if we can find out what happened. 19th place car. This Michael Waltrip had a problem. It's up ahead. So, and that's with one of the leaders, Kyle Busch. He gets into it with Neil Bonnet. Whips the right rear into the wall hard. Kyle Busch. It's going to be a warning for Neil Bonnet for sure. Not a good move there. 212. Still got a lot of laps. Logano's staying out. Take the camera over here. Check the race off of pit lane. You got Earnhardt getting his service. Yarborough shook it off first pretty easy. He had a big lead entering pit lane. There he goes. Gordon out clean. Earnhardt's going to be second. I see Johnson and Busch battling for 4th, I believe. So, Kyle Busch, I believe it's still out on track. Even with that damage? Wow. He hit the wall pretty hard. Bobby Allison's still out on 166. Tony Stewart, he's back out there. Good for him. Logano, I'm not sure. Is he going to get the... Yeah, he'll get the wave around and be on the lead lap. in potentially one of the best positions here. Wow. What a sequence of events at Iowa. This has had a bit of everything. Should get the wave around this time. Oh, I think Ricky Rudd got it. Let's go back here. Yeah, Logano should get the wave around here. I'm not sure why he didn't. Looks like we will have to add a lap, potentially. Got that squared away, so Bobby Allison now going to lead the field to the green flag here in a lap and a half. Leaves us with 85 to go at the moment, so it would be 83 to go when we get the green flag. Kyle Busch second. He has a lot of laps on these tires. I imagine he's got to make a pit stop and probably 10 laps. He's banking on a caution for certain. Then you got everyone behind him as pit, and they got they still got to make one more stop themselves. I don't think Kyle Busch can make it far enough to do this on one more. Bobby Allison, however, definitely can. Joey Logano, I think he's in the same boat. Hit on 193, so even better off. We're going green this time by, so get back to the front of the field for this restart. Sun's starting to set here in Iowa. Don't have that glare into turn 3 that we had a moment ago. Under 100 laps remain. This is the witching hour here in the Stock Car Championship Series. Not much time left to get it done. What you gonna do in the closing laps here at Iowa? Green flag in the air. Bobby Allison, great jump. A lot of cars with fresh tires looking around there in the back. And they got oh my God, they're 4 wide up front. Sending him out wide everywhere. Dale Earnhardt shoves his way through and is going for the lead. 3 wide back here. They're wrecking almost. Bobby Allison sideways with Jeff Gordon. They keep it clean. They're 3 wide back about 4 rows here. Down the front straightaway. Dale Earnhardt to the lead. Around Cale Yarborough. Still 3 and 4 wide. Incredible racing here throughout the middle of the pack. Bobby Allison just trying to hold on with the older tires. Still go 3 and 4 wide. There's Dale Jarrett to his inside. Pearson to the outside. Still 3 and 4 wide. Further back. Oh my God, this is insane. What a restart. The lead. Oh, caution is out. We have cars mangled up in turn 4. Or turn 1. I think I saw someone flipping. That might have been Davey Allison. Ooh. Oh, hard hit for Allison. Gets Denny Hamlin as well. Now he's going to be pitting here. Ooh, what a hit. That perspective. Oh, Bubba Wallace gets a bit too. So we'll see Kyle Busch here making the stop. Where is he? Alright. Fell back to 13th. Now, you're at 80 laps to go. With enough cautions, it's been done. Joey Logano made it 81. Here comes Kyle. He's the only one. Meanwhile, Cale Yarborough continues to lead the field. See Kurt Busch up to 4th. Bill Elliott and Dale Jarrett have had a great run all day, as has David Pearson, remaining in the top 10 competitive. Bobby Allison did not pit, despite being completely destroyed on that restart. This is going to put Dale Earnhardt Jr. now only 1 lap down. He'll be the only car a lap down now in 16th. Got Davey Allison still getting work done here on pit lane. Kyle Busch now exiting. He might have had some repairs as well. Definitely clocked the wall pretty good at one point. And there's Dale Jr. getting that lap back. Get this restart with just about 75 laps to go. Should be an exciting finish. Quite a few cautions since the halfway point of this race. Mixing things up with pit strategy and really threw a lot of curveballs here for our front runners, but much of them find themselves still at the front despite all the challenges they face. Few cars to speak of that have had a rough go. We're at the front early. You can mention the likes of Tony Stewart, Kyle Larson. Let's see as we scroll through. Darrell Waltrip really had a great race going, was on strategy to a point where he could have really done something interesting. Instead, got in an accident with those fresh tires. Just slower cars caused a 4 wide off of turn 2 and ruined his day. A lot of feel-good stories, though, like Kurt Busch, Bill Elliott, Dale Jarrett, David Pearson. Those guys aren't up at the front too often here in the Stock Car Championship Series, so always positive to see them running out the front. Hopefully they can close this out. Still got at least one more stop for pretty much the whole field. It's just a matter of when they're going to take it. Kyle Busch just pit. Can he make it to the end? We were talking 65 laps in pre-race. That would be extraordinary if you could save that much fuel. Figure if there's cautions, the restarts, he would get just rolled over with the older tires, but you never know what can happen. The fact he's even still on a lead lap is pretty crazy. He's had a couple run-ins with the wall. Logano's there as well. He's had a rough day, but off strategy, it could work for him too. Getting the green flag here with, like it says, 75 laps to go. Pace car's going to pull in. Cale Yarborough lead the field of green with Dale Earnhardt alongside. Earnhardt took the lead at the start of the race alongside Kyle Larson. Can he get the jump here on Cale? 3 wide in the back, those fresh tires. Cale's on the inside. Earnhardt's got a good run out there. Whoa, 4 wide in the back. They are still 4 wide with Ricky Rudd, Bobby Allison, Kevin Harvick. Oh, they're going up the track. Looks like Tony Stewart was back there as well. Let's check out Bobby Allison. He's really having a hard time. Older tires here just clogging up the whole field, and he's on the outside line. Make a whole mess there. Back up front. See Jimmie Johnson going for a move in the top 5. Bill Elliott on the outside is going to get the run, though. Even Kurt Busch now up in the second. All these cars last pit on lap 213. All on the same tire strategy. I think Jimmy almost got into Bill Elliott there into 3, but they were clear. Pearson to the outside. He's going to get into 4th. What a run for the 17. Teammates here behind Bill Elliott got Gordon and Jimmie Johnson. Those guys been quick all day, especially Jeff Gordon. Got caught out on a restart actually early on and just been fighting his way back after a 10th place starting position. Now the field getting a bit caught behind Kurt Busch. Just doesn't quite have the speed, it seems, so Cale Yarborough is going to have to force the issue if he wants to get by. Kurt's no slouch to pass, though. He's going to make it difficult. Below, overcoming the track there, turning 3. Harvick goes wide. There's a spot for sure. 69 laps remain at Iowa. Nice move there, but doesn't quite complete it, so Pearson's going to take advantage and maybe move up into 3rd. What a run. Got enough speed, he could maybe get around Kurt Busch even. This is helping Jeff Gordon. You see Tony Stewart back there in the picture. He's actually many laps down. He just got his car repaired. It took about 30 laps though. Pearson up to 3rd. Definitely his best run of the season. .4 is the gap now to 2nd at Pearson. Looks like he got loose. Sure. Went low off of 2. He's going to lose a spot to Gordon. An interesting decision there. I'm not sure, like I said, if he got loose or not, but came low off of turn 2. Anybody can take the fight to Dale Earnhardt. It's his 24 car. Kurt Busch didn't even try to put up a fight there. Said, take it. That's yours. Turn 1. Oh, Kurt now fighting back a bit, so not making it too easy. Way wide with 3. Looked like he was giving up the position. His crew chief came over and said, don't make it easy. Not missing anything up front. Earnhardt still lead. Nobody nearby. Interested to see here, though. Yeah, Earnhardt Jr. still just 1 lap down. Gets by Bubba Wallace. Saw that on our track map. I was wondering what is getting so far off the field, but there is a great move. That's going to put Gordon into second behind Earnhardt Sr. Can he get to the good red Chevy? Does he have enough time? Pit stops, come into play. Be a factor here. Probably in around lap 280. Be my guess. At that point, I think you just take 2 tires. And Tony Stewart not in this battle. Many laps down. See what type of lap we'll get in here for Earnhardt. On his own, 24.7. 24.8 as Tony Stewart actually making life difficult for the 24. Goes around the outside, and that's going to open the door for Cale Yarborough. And Jimmie Johnson looking right back by. Gordon's got to be thinking, are you serious? A car 30 laps down. Tony Stewart's going to keep fighting, though. So Cale Yarborough, Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon, second through fourth. They got it figured out after Stewart took back the front of this pack. He's 39th, 45 laps down. But Earnhardt, loving what he sees in his rearview mirror. He's got a clean track ahead of him. You can barely even see the cars behind him. 2 seconds off. It's not a huge gap at this point. Pit stops can be very critical, especially when or crucial, especially when you make that stop. But I saw about a 2-lap difference was it on the first go around. It was not a big window, like 5 or 10 laps. So as you can see, the first car come in, everyone will follow pretty quickly. You see Bobby Allison and Denny Hamlin getting back out on track. So Bobby Allison, the first to make the stop. Can he make it to the end from here? He was, remember, off sequence. So this all is adding up as far as when he made it. Now he can go all the way to the end. What does this do for the likes of Dale Earnhardt and Cale Yarborough? I think they're going to see how fast this 12 car is and probably jump down there pretty quick. Maybe we'll see at least 1 or 2 cars, I would hope. You lose a little time behind the solar cars like that. So you had to check up on the 2. At the same time, there is a massive benefit. Go back to the front of the field. Earnhardt's still up in front about 2 seconds, and then you got second through, well, actually second and third, and then you got another lap car. Then fourth, Jeff Gordon. Bobby Allison now to this group, so you'll see him enter the picture in a moment and blow by these guys who are on 40 lap or 30 lap lesser tires. Oh, he also looks like he's driving a go-kart around here. Zipping around to the outside of his steering. Nope, gonna go to the inside. He'll get back on the lead lap with this eventually. And I think the big thing will be, then can Dale Earnhardt track Bobby Allison back down? I think he will be in front. Can he? Will he have enough time when he pits to get back to Bobby? Gap really opening up to Dale Earnhardt Sr. Cale Yarborough and oh wow, look at Denny Hamlin. He's multiple laps down. Fresh tires. There's the Earnhardt blocks him. He knows it's important to keep him behind his, make it use those tires as much as he can. But Bobby Allison's going to put the bumper to him if he doesn't watch it here. 50 to go at the line. Earnhardt. I'm sorry, more than 50. We got 48 to go because Bobby Allison is a lap down here now. Only one lap down. Only car one lap down even, so if caution were to come out, he would be the next car to get a lap back. There's Davey Allison now catching up to the leader. Cale Yarborough continues in second. You got Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon. Bit of a gap to Kurt Busch, then David Pearson. Pick up on Kevin Harvick. He's having a great run. Bill Elliott in 8th. Then, as we mentioned earlier, Dale Jarrett in 9th. Kyle Busch making his presence known here. Lap 255. He's in the top 10. He could maybe make it to the end of the race. It's not impossible, but it's unlikely. Bobby Allison already well up that track from Earnhardt. He's got to see that and thinking, I've got to make that time back up when I get tires. He's going to be ahead of me. And he's got to hope that he's not ahead of him by the time a caution comes out. Could be a lap or so by the time it's said and done. Earnhardt continues, though, to lead this race. Not seeing much change amongst the top 5. Just kind of watching the gaps here. 2.5 seconds, 2 seconds. Kind of fluttering in between from first to second. Taking a look at Jimmie Johnson, he's just kind of looking low. I don't think he's coming to pit lane, just being a little defensive of his position. He's struggling with the tires. Really falling back from Tony Stewart there on that lap. 25.7 to a 25.5 ahead. 25.4 for Earnhardt. He is not messing around here. Earnhardt, again, looking for his first win in the season. He's 15th in points. He's had a real rough stretch up until last week at Gateway. Came away with a top 5 there, and now looking to put it on victory lane, get the trophy at Iowa. 40 to go this time by. He's closing in on Clint Bowyer. Fortunately, the traffic a bit sparse at the moment. Can keep it that way until we get to pit stops. gaps really see widening here through these 5 cars as Gordon and Jimmie Johnson now losing touch with Cale Yarborough. Clear of Boyer into turn 3. A lot of cars now up ahead. And again, it shouldn't be super difficult to get by. They're pretty spread out, but you get here, because like Davey Allison and Denny Hamlin, they're on fresher tires. They're not going to be a problem. But just be patient, take them out one by one on the high side. That's also the key part. Earnhardt, car's looking great right now, just hitting the bumps perfectly. It looks quick too. You go back to Cale and he looks like he's slower. Earnhardt just looks hooked up. Off of 2, he's staying on the low side. Gets by Harry Gant very easily. Gant to not put up a fight. At the line, 35 to go. I thought something happened to Cale here. The gap was widening, so I jumped back as quick as I could. Earnhardt continues to lead. Now coming up on Ricky Rudd, who's had a fantastic day on the lead lap. Got the wave around. Just really working hard, and that's what you want to see from that tide ride. Definitely his best result of the year to this point, knock on wood. So got 30 and a handful laps to go. Plus a pit stop to boot. Earnhardt now closing up on his teammate. He's had a bit of trouble with today. Oh, there he goes again. Waltrip just is taking that high side away from Earnhardt. And it's happened earlier. I think it even cost him the lead earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Earnhardt's going to get to the inside. He slammed his door a bit down here into turn 1, but I don't know, he's not happy. Logano, he's exiting. Here comes Logano. He's going to have the fresh ones now. Where's Bobby Allison? Okay. Bobby Allison's coming out of turn 2. There's Earnhardt into turn 1. And you got Logano right here. So now it's also Logano and Bobby Allison. And I think Earnhardt's running out of time to make this stop and try to catch these guys. 30 to go. We got another car in pit lane. I think it's Greg Biffle. Or maybe Pearson? Cars are coming in. It's time. Logano looking extremely quick down the front straightaway. Almost runs through Earnhardt. I thought he was going to send him into the wall there off of the front bumper. Logano gets there outside turn 2. Causes Earnhardt to maybe check up a bit. Slow up his lap times. Dale Sr. still leading. This is exciting. I don't know how this is going to play out. It really depends on when Earnhardt pits, and I think he is potentially stretching this too far. Still all out on track. See, Bobby Allison is now, he's in 13. It's got David Pearson closing in on him with fresh tires. This is also a battle for position, and Pearson should get this rather easily. Pressure tires by close to 30 laps, so Pearson going high, now going low. There he goes. Let's check Logano again. So Pearson's ahead of Logano in this battle. That's important to note. 25 laps to go. Oh my goodness. Pearson is flying right now, and Dale Earnhardt is in trouble. He is getting stuck behind Labonte and Truex, while Cale Yarborough has cut half of the lead. It was 3 seconds, now it's 1.3, 1.2. Bobby Labonte hits pit lane. I thought maybe Cale was coming. Oh, the top 5 staying out. Alright, there's got to be alarms going off in pit lane. Here comes Senior. He's down. Down the track. Here he comes. Almost had a wreck back there. Cale Yarborough staying out. There goes Cale. Stressful times. If you're the leader, Dale Earnhardt, what is going to happen? There's Bill Elliott. He's out. Cale Yarborough's coming in. It's held up a little by Bill Elliott. Let's check with Bobby Allison. We gotta find David Pearson. That's who we gotta find. Coming around now. Clint Boyer. Sees Dale. He's right there coming out of pit lane. Pearson's ahead. David Pearson is the leader here at the moment. He's gonna have 21 to go at the line. I think I see Earnhardt off the... not too far back here. Let's take a look. Now here's Earnhardt. You got Bobby Allison, Joey Logano, Cale Yarborough. Oh, wow. 20 to go now. Is there enough time for Earnhardt to catch the 17? Stuck behind his kid here, Dale Jr. It's going to go to the high side. Trying to get by all of them, and he will. Now, what kind of lap has he put in? It's about a back straightaway lead for Pearson, but still waiting on Matt Kenseth to pit. What are those lap times? 23.6. Earnhardt is getting there very quickly, rapidly. I don't know if Pearson can hold on, 'cause this is closing much quicker than he liked. Cale Yarborough still in fourth, trying to hold off Joey Logano. Looks like he is around Logano even. Oh, almost an incident with his teammate again, Michael Waltrip. Jeez Louise. 1.2 is the gap, you see it. I think Pearson knows his number, or his days are numbered here up front. Number 3 is coming quick. That time by was 25.0 to 24.1. Earnhardt, 9/10 on the lap. He's going to get to the outside, probably, or maybe in the inside. Here in turn 3, it's up. I don't know if Pearson wants to fight him too much. Yeah, Earnhardt's to the outside off of 4. He'll get the lead here as we head into lap 287. Another late race pass here in the Stock Car Championship Series. It's happened time and time again. This time Earnhardt potentially on the winning side of that pass. Lost the lead late at Indianapolis. Heartbreak for the 3. They're going 2 by 2 up ahead. Not what he wants to see. It's 6 seconds back to Cale Yarborough. It's a healthy lead, but it can evaporate quickly if you're behind some slower traffic. Or if you go 3 wide. Very risky if you're the 3. Just be careful with these lap cars. He gets by a good handful there, just straight away alone. So that's well done by Earnhardt. Should put him up the point standings a good amount. I imagine he'll be right outside the top 10, knocking on the door. Hopefully can get his season turned around here as well. Next time by, be 10 laps to go. Just putting him down at this point. Hitting his mark, 4 seconds back to Cale Yarborough, who's really his next competition. Pearson will not catch him. Those older tires. Pearson just trying to hold on for second at this point. Good battle, it looks like, though, for third. Let's check with Cale Yarborough. He's holding off Jimmie Johnson and Jeff Gordon. That's your 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We're at 10 to go, now 9 to go at the line for these guys. Jimmy's going to go to the outside. He's going to get 3rd here. Whoa, is he stuck behind Neil Bonnet? Neil Bonnet checked up big time. Bit of a hair-raising moment. And Jimmy lets him know to send him up the wall a bit. Earnhardt continues the lead. Did a great job all day. He led early. Didn't let the bad luck get to him or frustrate him too much. And kept his head down. Got back to the front when it mattered most. I wasn't sure he'd have enough laps to get by these guys, but he sure did. Had plenty. I think Pearson's in trouble here, potentially losing this position. So Cale Yarborough, Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon, they're all right there. Oh, Bubba goes to the high side, just kind of hurt Cale significantly and puts him back to 5th. Not what he was hoping for. Be 5 to go at the line. Jimmie Johnson looking to get second. On the inside, 5 laps remain. Jeff Gordon's there. He's learning he could potentially pick up a spot or two and move up into second late in this race. But David Pearson just doesn't have the tires. Yeah, he slides right there into... Oh. Pearson, though, fighting back a bit. 4 to go. Gordon to the inside. 3 wide off of 2. So Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon moved them up to second and third late in this race. Well done. Is there 3 laps to go for the leader, Dale Earnhardt? Closing in on Darrell Waltrip again. Had a great run at the beginning of the race, but he had those fresh tires, just caught up with some slower traffic and wound up in the wall. 2 laps down and 2 to go, though, for Earnhardt. Just been his day all day. Through 3 and 4, he'll get the white flag. Coming up on his kid again in 16th, that's Earnhardt Jr. Great run for Earnhardt. Team gonna really hit some good points out of the day. On the back stretch, Dale passes his kid into 3. Off of 4, your winner here today at Iowa in the Stock Car Championship Series will be Dale Earnhardt Sr. What a win. Gets the pit stop late, 20 laps to get it done, and he did it. Like there was ever a doubt. Rubber piled up on that number 3. Coming to victory lane here. 300 miles down at Iowa and started second. Took the lead and led the first, I'd say, at least 80 laps. And came back strong at the end. Put it together. Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon, those guys also great runs. Cale Yarborough, I think, got 4th at the line over David Pearson. Oh man, Pearson's got to be killing himself. Let's see. Oh, so he's already by. So. Great run again for Dale Earnhardt. Gets the win here at Iowa. Very eventful race. We saw just about everything. We'll go back and check the incidents in just a moment. You see the rubber laid down on the track. We started to get a second line off of 4. But Richard Petty really had a quick car. Finishes 30th. He found a line halfway through that race I thought was just going to take off with the win, but wasn't his day. A few incidents there right at the midway point of the race. Let's go take a look at our results page. See, Earnhardt started second, finishing first. Up 13 spots for David Pearson from 18th. Incredible job. 15 spots for Greg Biffle, your first car a lap down. And even 20 spots for Ricky Rudd. That's your hard charger of the race, Ricky Rudd. Good job for that 10 car. A lot of cars multiple laps down. Lots of issues. Lots of cars just went multiple laps down from the cautions and being at the tail end of the lead lap. And Kyle Larson, terrible run, first on the grid, finishes 27th. Richard Petty, obviously, 3rd to 30th. Denny Hamlin, practice didn't go well. he had a few incidents in the race, just not his track. He's happy to leave Iowa. And Tony Stewart, minus 35 positions, 4th to 39th, had a really hard hit. As did Alan Kowicki. Really, these guys had massive impacts, massive crashes. Weren't able to keep it going. Some were able to keep it going after lengthy repairs. Let's take a look at the incidents on the race, though. We'll go through those real quick. We are a lap 1. Oh, that hard hit for Kowicki. See over here. So lap 7 on the restart. Oh, Kenseth gets shoved in the wall by Harvick. 73, so quite a ways in the race. We got a pit road incident. Harry Gant, Ernie Irvan. And Rudd and Mark Martin go up the hill. At 94, there's Tony Stewart or Joey Logano. Looks like he gets into Neil Bonnet. Oh, Bio Labonte and Carl Edwards. I remember that. Tough break for those guys. And then Richard Petty comes around, I think. Oh, no, Ernie Irvan. Richard Petty gets another one of those incidents. A little side-to-side contact. Watching Denny Hamlin here. Oh, up the track. 4 wide. Whew. These guys were driving crazy at some points. Contact with Biffle and Bubba. It's good going back through this because we actually did not catch a lot. This was pretty big. Oh man, 150 right at the halfway point. You got cars going up end over end. Tough break for a lot of guys. And you got Richard Petty just flying through. Oh. Enough to wrinkle the fender and screw up his suspension. Lap 158. Ooh, Pearson and Bobby Allison get into it good, and Bobby Allison spins out, bringing out the caution. And Richard Petty gets a piece, which puts Harry Gant up into the wall. Chain reaction there. Tony Stewart's incident with Kevin Harvick. Oh, what a hit. Man, slammed the right side of that car. You see that right rear just destroyed. There's Truex. Oh, he goes up with Ernie Irvan. Pretty good. Decent contact. Kyle Busch and Neil Bonnet. Neil Bonnet on probation for this one. 3 race probation. Not a good look for the 21. Oh, gee, that was a hard hit. Contact there with Chase and Martin. And that was it. So pretty clean towards the end. That midway point of the race, though, very hectic. See the lights really starting to come on. Maybe next year we'll start this race hour or so later. Really get the night effect here, but closing out. Pretty good length of a race, too. We had 2.5 hours on it. Lengthy one here tonight, but thank you everyone for tuning in. Great win for Dale Earnhardt, his first on the season. Needed that rebound after a few rough races. Had some good luck at Indianapolis, but aside from that, it's been 6 races just terrible. So win here today will hopefully get him close to the top 10. we should see, or we will see, a new points leader. Kyle Larson did not finish well, so he will certainly be out of the points lead. I believe Jimmie Johnson will re-inherit the points lead if Kyle Busch does not hold on to it. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. The Stock Car Championship Series will be back on Friday, and that will be a race at Kansas. And again, next Wednesday at Bristol. Looking forward to bringing that to you. And one thing I forgot to touch up on, actually, the IndyCar Legend Racing Series. We had that take place over the weekend, and that was at Atlanta Motor Speedway, where Romain Grosjean won the pole. Alex Palou pulling out the win in an exciting race there at Atlanta. Quite a few incidents, but points lead now in that series, showing Alex Palou ahead by 16 points over Scott Dixon, and then another 25 points over third place Pato O'Ward. So Palou with a healthy lead early on in the IndyCar Legend Racing Series. Unfortunately, can't bring those broadcasts to you live, but I'd like to keep you updated, as that was our first broadcast that we did, and we continue to do them in the background in case they ever bring IndyCar back on the service where we can air it live. So until then, on Friday, again, we'll see you at Kansas, Wednesday at Bristol. Coming up quick on our second leg of the Twin Checker Challenge. That'll be in a few weeks at Le Mans, a 4-hour endurance race. But hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you next time.